So did you guys hear that Netflix, there's a rumor that they might be adding like an ability to watch something at 1.25 times speed or 1.5 speed just so you can binge things faster?
Like TBS style?
Why?
Because people just want to fucking mainline content. They want to fucking... Dude, in 5 years, we're going to have like just like pies. We're going to be like, I want the new season of Stranger Things. And then we're just going to be like... That was delicious. I'll have another season. Well, not as good as season 1.
Imagine that, though.
No, it'll be like instant. It'll be like a little
really?
you know, like those like shock darts or shot darts people use to like yeah. I'll be like, oh, is this this is the new season of Succession? Oh, nice. Okay, oh, that's pretty good.
Every fucking week, new movies get released. How does anyone ever see these? There are too many movies.
Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies, friends.
What's going on, family?
Howdy.
Warmest of greetings, my blood relatives.
Aha.
Yes.
Yes.
We're from Texas. How you doing there? Good old boy.
My name is Chris,
I am Josh.
I am Alex.
and we're here today to talk to you about the sequel to I almost said Stephen King's The Shining. It is technically Stephen King.
Yeah,
Sure.
but is it though?
It's
No,
not.
it's not.
It's-
I mean,
is it Stephen King's
No.
or is it somebody else's?
It's Stanley Kubrick's
There
The
you go.
Shining, and there's a sequel to that. And okay, first of all, thank God it's not called The Shining 2.
Oh my God! Can you imagine
Thank God.
Yeah.
the squeakle?
At least, yeah.
Or like just like called The Shine or something
Yeah.
like
Oh my
that.
God.
The Shining 2, I don't know. The Darkening.
It's called like Shine On or
Oh
something.
my God!
Shine on you, crazy diamond.
Danny and the horrible, no good, very bad day.
Are we going to get right into it or do we need to talk about other things?
No, so before we
Other
talk about
things?
Dr. Sleep, we're going to talk about what we've been watching. Alex, you want to kick us off?
Well, I haven't been watching anything, but I know you're going to have something to say about what I've been playing, which is Death Stranding. Mm-hmm. Which is a game where... Okay,
Is it a game, first off?
Here's the thing.
Or is it an interactive cinema experience?
Here's the
Oh,
thing.
shit. I'm sorry. I fell asleep.
It allows you to become an Amazon employee.
Oh, dude, that...
I'm not even kidding. I played all day yesterday, just about, or I tried to when I could, and I'm almost at the end of chapter 2, and up to this point, it's been literally delivering packages.
Tight, dude.
That sounds like a fun game.
Dude,
It's so weird.
That's such a meme, like, where it's like same day delivery and then just cut to Death Stranding with like 7 packages.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you've seen it, but there's like a Jenga puzzle on his back. It's just like, it looks like
Yeah.
pure lower back
Oh, okay.
pain.
Yeah, that's what that was. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, you couldn't even tell what it was.
it's like post-apocalyptic, like you carry all these resources around this area.
Yeah, it's a Kojima game, so it's all super abstract and crazy and weird, which is really the only reason I'm playing it. If it was anybody else, I would just say fuck it.
for real. But I mean, I'm sure the lore is sick and it's deep, but
It's fascinating so far, but
I'll say the same thing I said to you guys. I'm sure it's a masterpiece. Yeah. First of all,
yeah.
second of all, I bet it's a masterpiece. I bet it's no fun at all.
Not having that much fun so far, and I bought it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's like Red Dead 2, where it was like, okay, this is amazing. The graphics are great. The story's amazing.
it's a
the
lot less
animation is amazing.
divisive than that, though, because even Red Dead had moments where you could, if you so chose to, you could make it an action game just at that moment.
True.
But playing Death Stranding, like, I just got a bike after like 7 hours of literally, like, you stumble, and if you don't catch your fall, you like you eat shit and have to pick up all your packages again.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
saw
the
that.
most, and it's so weird.
Yep.
God.
It's so
Gameplay
weird.
2019.
Yeah.
That's not fun. That doesn't sound fun
I'm
at
just
all.
curious to see where it goes, because there's no way it's 40 hours of delivering packages, right?
Like, stuff like that. I mean, especially if it's a game where you're carrying items, isn't it supposed to be the whole, like, Batman utility belt situation where it's like, you don't know how the fuck all that shit fits in there. It just does.
Right, it's
you
like
pull it out when
suspending
needed.
your disbelief for like that type of thing.
No, but the more you stack, the slower you are, and the more balance
yes,
you lose.
and you hold L2 to balance on the left side, and you hold R2 to balance on the right side. So like yesterday, I was
you know what I'd rather do than this?
walk in real life.
Go to the gym
Yeah,
and put things on my back.
I don't have time for that. I have literal scoliosis.
So yeah,
that
that's
does not sound good.
not ideal.
You
but
would hate it.
Yeah, I would hate it.
Yeah.
But
it's
the
good
name
Jesus.
sounds fucking sick, though.
Yeah, the overall the
Where
story.
does the death and the stranding come?
It's so weird.
If
I
this
couldn't
was-
explain it. I can't explain
If
it.
this was a movie, I would watch it.
Dude, that's the thing. I was playing the first like 2 hours of the game, and I was like, if this was like the first episode of a Netflix series, everyone would be so hooked.
Okay, see, it would be a series because obviously the game you can't fit all
Episodically,
of the lore.
right.
It would be episodic. It would be 20 hours or something,
Sure.
or whatever. Because obviously the game is long and it's going to have a lot of cinema in it. Or lore
And in a
it.
TV show, you're not going to watch people deliver packages. They'll make it a fucking time lapse sequence or whatnot.
Right.
You put Nicholas Winding Refn in anything, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is literally in Death Stranding, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so is
I'll-
Conan for some reason.
Yeah.
But I will definitely watch the edited
The story synopsis.
The story synopsis on YouTube. Whoever does that, like whoever cuts all those cinematics together and
Yeah.
does on YouTube.
It'd probably take
So-
a week or so.
Yeah, welcome back to There Are Too Many Games.
Yeah.
And so that sounds fun.
Yeah. Nope.
all right. Honestly, nothing. Wire. That's about it.
Still in
Fucking
the
Wire.
trenches on that wire.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's really good. Finished
it-
season 1. Season 2 is like getting really good too.
Dude, yeah. I remember I finished season 1 and I was like,
Oh, you-
wow, that was a...
You-
yeah, I'm on like season 3.
Oh shit!
Are you currently watching it?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
just... I have... It's
I watch it
really-
over my life.
it has taken me like 5 or 6 years to get to where I am.
Oh,
it's
shit.
weird. So I binged season 1. I was like, wow, this is so fucking good.
It's fucking really
yeah,
good, right?
Idris Elba and like just like all the it's amazing show. And then season
Lance
2,
Reddick.
huh?
Lance Reddick,
Right.
the lieutenant.
Yeah.
that guy's a fucking beast.
I think he's the voice of Kratos in God of War.
he is.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the fucking boy.
Yeah, dude.
So I got to the end of season 1, loved it. Started season 2, and it was like on some harbor, like fucking. And I don't want to spoil anything, I guess, but like it was just so different right off
Yeah.
the bat. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well-
and then 3 or 4 episodes in, it kind of eases back into shit.
There you go, man. Season 1 is all about like Baltimore drug dealing, and then season 2 is like about crane operators and like guys that are on a harbor that like take in products and
Oh,
stuff.
Human
gotcha.
trafficking.
But it's such a radical difference between like subject
Yeah,
of,
it's like
of
it's
between
like
seasons.
Drugs, and then the next season is like human trafficking, right?
Jesus.
Right. But it's like a lot less there's a lot less death going on and a lot less, like actual street crime, you know what I mean? And I think it's really impactful in the first season and then in the second it's like, wait a second, this is all very like political, you know what I mean? Because
It
it's
gets
like
crazy deep.
yeah, and I like that though. It's like a really cool like, oh shit, this is like a
This
different
goes deeper.
feel altogether though than the first season.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reason they did that, and they have like a little like behind the scenes. That was weird. They have a behind the scenes in the premiere of the second season, and they said that like the creators were like, well, the ratings weren't great for the first season, so we were sort of like strong armed by HBO to put more white people in the second.
What?
So that's why it's like it's crane operators and like construction workers and stuff like that.
Wow.
But I mean, it's still really good. You know what I mean? Like they just worked with the hand they were dealt.
yeah,
you know
that's
what I
just
mean?
an odd reasoning. Like something
Yeah.
I would have never guessed, like outside of
Yeah.
watching that. Yeah.
It's weird.
But what's crazy though is like long after this, like what the fuck
Yeah,
is
that's
happening?
all over the fucking place.
The
Let me just wiggle some shit, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Whoa.
all right, but better.
I did it.
Nice. Sounds good.
Every time this happens in our headphones, it doesn't happen in the recording. So
okay.
I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
why.
So they're like, why are they freaking out?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Shout out to you, listener, for sticking it through.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thumbnail.
Nah, fuck it.
Looking for the stinger,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stinger. Yeah,
Yeah, fuck it.
cool, dude. Just good at your job.
I'm terrible at this part. I don't know why I got stuck with this.
We need a
but
Jamie.
I have an iPad.
Yeah, we need a Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Jaime.
sorry, you were saying The Wire, crane operators, more white people.
More white people. Okay, so after the show was over, people loved the show so much, and it gained like a cult following after it already premiered and everything. When people were buying like the DVDs and shit of it. Michael K. Williams, who was Omar in the show, he did a documentary series for Vice about like drug dealing in Baltimore.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's sick.
And because he's Michael K. Williams and because he was Omar in The Wire, drug dealers wanted to talk to him.
I've heard of this.
That is so sick.
Yeah,
Like,
they were
they'll
like,
just,
"Oh
like-
my God, you're fucking Omar." And he's like, "Can I interview you about drugs?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll tell you everything. You're
That's so
fucking
funny.
Omar, dude."
That's awesome.
Just because he was badass in the show, they're like, "Yeah, like you're
That's
in."
cool.
That's sick.
They didn't kill him, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's awesome.
God, I want that kind of like.
Clout
Oh,
Yeah.
he's so fucking badass, dude.
in that show. Yeah.
He's such a badass character. Wilson, check it out.
Yeah.
Also,
Shall.
no Breaking Bad. Fuck The Wire.
I finished season 2 of Succession.
Indeed, that's the one that just aired, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's only 2 seasons right now. Holy fucking shit, is that
Yeah?
a good show? The character development, the writing, the motives of every character, and how all of them are deplorable asshole pieces
Yeah.
of shit, but you end up rooting for some of them sometimes.
In some ways, yeah.
like, and then you get these outside people that come in, and you're like, "Fuck this family up, please!" Like,
Yeah.
you get these like people that are like, I don't know,
Normal.
There's all
Well,
kinds of other players.
Everyone has their own interests at heart. You know what I mean?
They're all playing their own game, and so good. They're all the chess pieces and the writing. Fuck, dude, I wish I could talk about it. 'Cause,
Dude, the
like,
theme
holy
song.
shit. Yeah, the theme song fucking hits.
And then Pusha T liked the theme song so much that he did his own, like he
Oh, yeah, yeah.
remixed it and put a verse on it.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's so fucking sick.
Yeah, it's a great show. I highly recommend Succession. Check it out.
We might need to do one for season 2 if
I would be down.
we're going down as far as like the next movies to be coming out over the next couple months. I mean, of course, we have our award season films. You know what I mean? We've seen a lot of those so far, but there's gonna be a lot of really shitty movies coming out.
Let's do some more on-demand stuff. I think Netflix just came
Yeah.
out with The
yeah,
King.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Irishman
Robert-
comes out this month.
Dude, The Irishman we have to do.
Yeah. I mean Robert Pattinson, Timothy.
Here's the
Timothy
thing, though.
Lushman or whatever.
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet.
Timothy, whatever. Fucking cute French boy. Cute French boy.
Cute
that
Frenchy
can-
boy.
that can French kiss me,
That guy has style, though, man.
dude. Murders.
He fucking kills it.
Murders daily, effortless.
Oh, yeah,
And by
absolutely.
the way, if you watch Call Me by Your Name, the most laissez-faire Italia effortless fashion you'll
Yeah.
ever see. Just like summer fun, like no care in the world. It is the fucking best.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Well, now I'll definitely watch it.
Timothée has this. He does this thing, which I envy as far as like fashion goes. Well, he'll wear shirts that are 3 and 4 times what he's supposed to be wearing, like bigger than what he's wearing.
Yep.
And then he'll like tuck it in just a little bit, and then it's just like this big billowy shirt that any guy wearing, just like, you're an asshole. Like, don't do that. But because it's Timothée with his fucking hair,
Dude, yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just like, fuck yeah.
Just
that's-
causing waterfalls everywhere he goes.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm glad I have a girlfriend so that I don't dress myself because I wouldn't know how.
yeah. Timothy
man.
Murders. He's my celeb crush of the week.
All right, let's get down to your
Of the
favorite. Let's get down to your favorite film of the year,
Yeah.
Chris. Stephen King's Doctor Sleep.
All right. Well, let me just get this ready here. I'm just gonna hold on to this the whole review.
It's okay. So I don't think any of us were like super excited to watch this movie. The reason I wanted to get us together to watch this movie would be to watch it with Chris for one, and then hear his reaction.
yeah.
Throughout the entire film. Chris,
Yeah.
is it safe to say The Shining is a film favorite of yours?
I'd say so. I mean, Stanley Kubrick's my favorite director. Everybody knows that.
Well,
If you know Chris, you know that.
we went to high school with Chris, so we were there during the obsession phase of that.
Yeah,
so
the
yeah.
formative years.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, hey guys, have you ever heard of a wide-angle lens?
Yeah, I mean,
You're like, yes. Symmetry though. Symmetry.
first time I went to Chris's house, he showed me Eyes Wide Shut. Like
The first time.
The first time I was over there, I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? We're friends now. You know what I mean?
Cool. You want to watch a weird like Illuminati
Yeah.
sex cult film?
You're like, this is what I'm into.
Yep.
Yep.
He's like, and then like, not only did we like not watch the movie exactly, like I could only stay for like an hour or two or whatever, so we didn't get to finish the movie because every 5 minutes, Chris would have
Like,
like,
so this is my analysis of this frame.
yeah. He would pause it and have a tidbit for every fucking scene in the movie and a shot and like
It was basically a YouTube breakdown before YouTube
Yeah.
existed.
dude. I remember it being like pop-up video. You remember pop-up video?
Pop-up video. No.
That was Chris, dude. Like
That's
watching Eyes Wide Shut with Chris, and I was like, never seen it before, so I'm trying to like experience it because every
Like a
second-
film.
So, if he didn't begin this with this shot, it was just a different movie.
I'm like, I remember my like opening thing telling him like it's the first frame. So Nicole Kidman, Eyes Wide Shut starts.
Still doing it.
Going into it.
Eyes Wide,
go for it, man.
People
do
need
it.
to know this.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
This changed how I thought about movies.
I can hear the ocean.
So I didn't even mean to hit that.
So Eyes Wide Shut opens with the naked Nicole Kidman dropping her dress and walking across the room. Then it cuts to black, and then it cuts to Eyes Wide. The title Eyes Wide Shut. It seems
Eyes wide butt, am I right?
Yo, got her.
God, roasted.
Fucking.
Take that, Nicole Kidman.
Thanks for listening to There Are Too Many Movies, Nicole.
Where the fuck is that button?
I don't
This is
know.
gone.
I don't know. Person who runs the soundboard.
Nope.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
That's the only yellow one. I'm looking at it.
Oh, that's it.
Find it.
Yep. Wait a second.
I'm ready.
All right.
There are too many movies. There are too many movies.
This fucking app, dude. I
Yeah.
hate this shit.
You paid for that.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you write a review?
I'm gonna.
Fuck this app.
3 stars.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
even one. Just three.
It's.
They
it's
tried.
okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna analyze Eyes Wide Shut. Fuck it. But the first frame sets the mood for the entire fucking movie, and without that, it's a different movie. It's all about voyeurism. We've had the same conversation.
Yeah,
already.
we've talked about
Several
this
times.
exactly. Yeah.
Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies.
Everyone listening is like, is this a repeat?
Yeah.
It's like-
Anyways,
Chris, safe to say, Chris, your favorite director is.
I like
Stanley
Kubrick.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he did The Shining, and The Shining is one of the best psychological horror films ever made.
Best horror film
obviously.
ever made.
Yes, and starring Jack Nicholson. And the thing about it is,
Does Dr. Sleep star Jack Nicholson?
shut the fuck
He's
up.
in it, right?
He's in it though.
Did they use deleted scenes?
Yeah,
Because
yeah. No, actually, it was a fucking deep fake. No, so The Shining.
because it looked just the same.
He
I
looked
feel like
just like him.
they
Yeah,
looked just like him. The camera of the it was
Yeah.
shot.
I couldn't
exactly-
tell the difference.
Yeah.
So how much? Okay, so we can get over the fact that this was better than The Shining. How much better than The Shining was it, though?
Fuck you guys. But so The Shining. First of all, let's talk about this.
We all know that The Shining changed the scope of horror film forever.
Right.
It was banned.
Was it really?
It was banned in certain places.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we know that.
because it's too scary, too violent. Anyways,
And if you haven't seen The Shining, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, to be honest with you.
yeah, you need to. But so Stanley Kubrick adapted Stephen King's novel. Stephen King actually hates, I'm sure most people know this, but Stephen King actually hates Stanley Kubrick's interpretation of his novel.
But Stephen King's an alcoholic.
But arguably, Stephen King, hot take, I think he's a little overrated.
I agree with you
He's
there.
made a lot of good horror films, but he pumps them out like fucking candy. So
he has the
apparently
most books of any writer, right?
Yeah,
No,
so-
no, that's L. Ron Hubbard.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. He invented Scientology.
Well, point
Okay,
being, like,
Stephen King writes a lot of shit.
yes,
And there are quite a few like pop culture like iconic books that he's written.
Right.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes.
But there are a lot of other books that he's written that are not that good.
they're basically B movies.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really, some of them, and this one, I would say, is one of them. Like, not this movie, but this
story.
Honestly, if I was, I don't know. Okay. Have you seen Stephen King's The Shining, first of all?
No.
Wait, did the
No
2001 or the 2001 one?
Yes, the made for TV
Yes.
remake
Yes.
that he basically funded because he hated Kubrick so much.
Yeah, and he wanted to do it his
Yeah.
own.
Bad.
It's pretty bad.
Is it?
It's funny.
Have you seen Rose Red? Came out around the same time.
No.
It's The Shining, but in like a southern mansion.
Okay.
It's so weird.
Is it Stephen King?
Yeah, it's Stephen King.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Stephen King's The Shining is comical. So in
And like, okay, can you give us some parallels of like what Stephen King's Shining had?
yes,
Supernatural.
I was about to
Okay.
before you interrupted me.
Sorry, I'm a fucking asshole.
So
It's
So
in
it-
slide number 6 of my PowerPoint, Josh.
as I was saying, so like here's an example in Kubrick's The Shining, the hedge maze is almost psychological. They're chasing each other through it, and he ends up freezing to death because he, In Stephen King's The Shining, people dressed as bushes come to life and kind of like come and they go "Rrrr," and kind of like huddle around Jack Torrance and just like he's like ah. It looks like a fucking like B movie. It's like funny.
Yeah.
Like first of all, it's practical. Imagine a person in a bush costume. It's already funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like kind of waddling. They can't see shit.
Not the
They're like-
bees.
they're just like, and then he's like, he literally gets consumed by the hedge maze. So in Stephen King's The Shining, the hotel isn't like figuratively like. I'm getting him
The
confused. Sorry.
hotel doesn't have the shine.
Okay,
The overlook.
Let me just. Okay, it's hard to. Okay,
The hotel is literally hostilely attacking them.
Yes. And
Okay.
in Kubrick's, it's like psychological.
Yeah.
The setting gets to them. The
Keeps
cold
you guessing
weather,
it's alcoholism
Is
or
it in
whatever.
his head? Is it what's so? That's just. I guess that's like if you boil down the difference, that's the easiest way to describe it. Like,
So now in Doctor Sleep, we're getting the story. You know, of course, this takes place after The Shining. This is the sequel to The Shining. You know what I mean? In all intents and purposes.
You look so triggered just like listening to that statement.
yeah.
Yep, it's the sequel.
Yeah, those words hit my face like a fucking brick. Like you said that, and I was just like, God, I still can't fucking believe it.
I know, it's so weird.
And by the way, Mike Flanagan had to convince Stephen King to do a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining and not Stephen King's The Shining. Stephen King was like, this is my book. This is Dr. Sleep. You need to do a sequel to my Shining. And Mike Flanagan, that fucking asshole, is like, no, the Kubrick's is more known and more universally appreciated.
It's better, is
And
the thing.
so I'm
Some
gonna
might say it's better.
yeah.
So I'm going to do it to that, if you don't mind. And
Okay.
and I I guess somehow they did it or came to an agreement, probably with studio pressure,
Probably
but,
with money.
But so he had to even I don't know, even Stephen King like had to be convinced in a way, like
Okay, so the problem with that is that you have a film like you were saying in The Shining where it's more of a psychological attack on these people that are in the Overlook, the Torrance family. And with Dr. Sleep, it becomes...
witches.
or,
Becomes witches and
or-
soul eaters.
or, yeah, like vampire...
Literally
fucking-
eating souls and
Yeah.
As soon as they introduced that, I was like, please don't let this be the central conflict of the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it absolutely is.
It is the plot.
yeah. Okay, I want to say this right off the bat. though.
Rose the Hat.
Yeah. I want to say right off the bat. If Dr. Sleep was its own movie and lore, not connected to the Shining universe whatsoever,
Yep.
it would be a decent movie. I would actually probably like
Yeah.
it. If,
Yeah.
if it had no connection, if it was just about telepathic kids or something,
Yeah.
and like The Shining, and it wasn't called The Shining,
Right.
If it was about like people that consume that superpower and shit,
Right.
I was thinking that the whole time, and I was especially thinking that whenever I mean, let's just talk in broad strokes here, man. Honestly, when Rose the Hat is searching for Abra,
Yes.
Oh, dude, one of the best scenes.
That
ever.
was for sure.
that was fucking really cool.
Yeah, no sound design, just some music.
Yeah.
You didn't. There were a lot of things in this movie that I liked a lot. Elements.
But because it's a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, and you see all of that imagery over and over and over again,
All that CG, all that
Yep.
visual style, all that stuff.
Dude, the fucking bathtub lady. She was in it like 4 fucking times.
Yeah.
Like fully shown.
Yep.
They didn't leave anything to the imagination. You know what I mean?
Yes.
it's not creepy at all.
It's very heavy-handed.
Yeah.
It was a lot of remember this from The Shining.
Exactly.
It was too heavy-handed on that. They could have done. I told Josh this when he left the theater. There was a way to do this less heavy
With
handed,
subtlety, yeah.
with subtlety that could have been more tasteful and more like just not as modernized and not as stylistic. Like if you're gonna do a sequel to The Shining, you gotta fucking in some way keep it in the same palette and aesthetic of the original.
Yeah.
What you did was kind of like did some homages and some recreations and some reimaginings.
but it's
a lot
also
of,
this modern, horror film.
with CG and
Yeah.
just so much more elements to it, and it just anyway. So
And it felt like anything that was actually like shining, like especially the shots that were shining, it was more of like a dramatization of what The Shining was,
Right.
and not it doesn't even look like it takes place in the same world.
Totally.
Right.
Totally.
Exactly. Yeah. And then
Like they're so separate entities.
yes,
It's-
until they got back to Overlook.
Exactly.
And then Danny was like, "Be right back. I gotta go turn everything on. Let me just walk down memory lane of every fucking scene from The Shining.
Yeah.
Oh, remember this hallway, everybody?" He was about to turn to camera and just go, "This is the
Yeah.
hallway. You remember this? Remember the
Remember
fucking
the
pattern?
blood?
Yeah.
You remember?
Remember?
You know that Mike Flanagan purposefully was like, all right, let's recreate some shots too.
Of
100%.
course.
100%.
Just because, like that's the arrogance.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the guy's a piece of shit or anything like that.
I am.
Okay, but here's the thing. If the story has you going back to the Overlook Hotel, like that was in the story, like, I mean, how are you not going to throw a couple homages?
But
Homages. Here's a perfect example. So the scene where Danny's on the stairs and Rose is walking up to him.
Totally.
The role reversal.
Exactly.
That was perfect.
was
Same
cool.
camera angle. She was walking up like
As stops
are we
at the
gonna do this?
typewriter.
Yeah, and he had an axe
The
instead of-
hatchet.
instead of a bat. Like
Yeah.
Wendy's like, stay away. He's like, give me the bat, Wendy. That whole scene.
Right.
The
Perfect.
light of my life.
Yeah.
Fucking
I'm not gonna hurt you. Just gonna bash your face in. That scene, that flip kind of homage,
Yeah.
is just a nod to the people that love Shining, and people are like, yes, okay, you.
That was like the one instance, though, of like
Yeah.
a well done
Yes.
homage.
There was a couple.
There was one other shot though. Whenever Ewan McGregor is looking into the door,
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was a really well done shot because it's like the lights are
Yeah.
slowly turning on to like full brightness. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, we finally got like a shot.
Yes.
That was well done.
Yes, until it cut to
And then it cut to the Shelley Duvall, the hot Shelley Duvall.
the hot Shelley Duvall recasted.
No, don't like that. Don't do that.
Yes.
Plus, you could tell she wasn't distressed off camera. I want to know that they're being fucking abused by the director.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's, dude, yeah. So that's another aspect.
Yeah.
Kubrick was known for manipulating people psychologically on set.
And it was genius.
to draw
Oh, he's a
actors out.
fucking genius,
Yeah.
yeah.
And one of the things was verbal abuse of
Like, you
Shelley
piece
Duvall.
of shit, you don't look fucking distressed. And she's
Yeah.
like, huh? And she gets actually distressed.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Like-
he's like action, and she's like fuck it. like, so there's that, but
She was like severely abused in filming of
yeah, and
The Shining.
it wouldn't fly today.
No.
No.
And but because it's like in this weird like classic
capsule.
cult time capsule, we're like he's genius.
Yeah.
He's an asshole, but like it brings out real emotion if from the performance or whatever.
Right,
It
right.
may not be genius, but you know what I mean.
They still do it in live performances of like almost everything. Like if you go see a ballet production, those ballerinas are abused.
Yes, yes,
It still happens.
yeah. But Jack Nicholson also, for example, on the set of The Shining, he was fed nothing but cheese sandwiches, which he specifically hates.
So he gets actually pissed as fuck.
Anytime they went to catering, he's like, we got cheese sandwiches.
Oh my
again."
god.
And so he was agitated all the
Damn.
time because he fucking hates specifically
Genius.
cheese, and he's just like, just boiling over,
Yeah.
losing his mind. So yeah, it's.
And, like, you
I don't think he was doing that to Ewan McGregor.
No.
Not
God,
saying he
no.
should have, but
No.
He looked a little too happy.
don't touch the fact that it's in the time capsule. That's why it's like you can't do this sort of thing again.
Yes.
How dare you try?
Yeah. Okay. Question though: do you blame any of this on Ewan McGregor's performance?
No. Well,
I thought it was a little underwhelming. I thought shame on him for actually agreeing to be in it.
I mean,
I was like,
it's-
you're better than this, Ewan, but I guess also you may want if
money.
if it's already being made and you're okay.
And if you're a fan, you might as well do what you can not to fuck it up.
Yes.
You're right.
Okay.
And I'm not saying he's a fan, but I was like, Ewan, like
Someone else might have gotten it wrong.
But dude, a question for this is for an actor that is respected. He's a respected actor. Do you think he did a good job of portraying like I am the son of Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall?
I didn't get that, honestly.
the one scene I kind of shined for.
Your Dr. Sleep.
The one scene that was, I thought his performance actually shined a little bit was his confession or his
Whenever he got the that badge for 8 years,
8-year
right?
chip.
Yep.
That speech when he talked vaguely about his father and
Yes.
alcoholism and just kind of homage to it.
If that's all they would have done for Jack Torrance,
Yep. Dude, I already know we're all going to think the exact same fucking thing about their recreation of Jack Torrance, which is A, why'd you do it? And B, if you're going to do it, don't show the face full frontal.
Yes, there's that, but like,
maybe get the voice right.
Yeah.
he was casted because he looked like him, and he sounded kind of like him. But we've talked about this plenty of times before. There are people that can be casted that do it well,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
embody and personify someone without looking like them.
Right.
And I'd prefer that.
And I prefer that too.
I agree. I don't think he needs to look like him, but you got to get the voice down.
Yes.
And it's not that like you need to sound exactly like that, but there's a cadence
Yes.
that he wasn't doing. You know what I mean? That was so frustrating.
And to think this actor could hold the flame to Jack Nicholson
Dude.
too. It's all these things where it's like, if I were, I'm not even giving this movie the credit of defacing the first one because The Shining is so far up on a pedestal that it's so safe from this
Right.
trash down
Yeah.
here. But it's only because this movie only is so enraging because it thought it could stand
Touch it.
next to this.
Right.
Touch it.
Yeah, not even touch it. It's let alone stand next to it, let
Fucking-
alone make it better, let alone improve on it. Any of that shit.
It's the
Right?
definition of like Icarus and
Yeah.
flying too close to the sun and all that shit.
Dude, like imagine sitting watching The Shining and only having directed some offbeat horror movies and writing a few things like
What did
Haunted
he
of Hill
do?
House.
He did one episode of The Haunting of Hill House.
Okay.
And he did Gerald's Game for Netflix.
and then he
and
got the
that's-
sequel to The Shining.
I was wondering why that guy from Gerald's Game was just in it at all, and I was like, hey, it's another thing from Stephen King. He's in this movie, and I guess he'll fall asleep on his wife later today.
Oh, he also did Hush.
Oh, that was a good movie. But
Yeah.
whatever.
It was a good horror film. I will say that.
Yeah.
But dude, like,
It was original.
but was it stylistic in
No.
the way of The Shining?
No, no.
And okay, that may be taking it too far.
Right.
The one director I might possibly consider to do something like this would be the director of Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Oh,
or-
dude.
Or someone, okay, I would even appreciate someone that has such a strong visual language that it's nothing
Yes.
like Kubrick.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Say-
But
say-
still
Fuck yes,
stands
dude.
strongly on its own.
Yeah, like Paul Thomas Anderson.
Exactly.
Even, I wouldn't say Wes Anderson.
I mean, I would watch
Fuck
the shit
yeah,
out of that,
like
dude.
watch the fucking shit out
But
of
you
that.
get what I'm
dialogue
saying?
in that?
Someone like
That has a strong visual
Yes.
language.
That is
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Distinctive director. Like, you know
Yeah.
you're watching a Scorsese movie when you're watching it.
right, right.
I don't know.
But
So-
they probably, I mean, and they probably reached out to better directors. And like, I'm not trying to talk shit on this Mike Flanagan guy. He did what any director in their right mind probably would have done.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if he was casted to do this or if it was his idea. He wrote
doubt it.
He wrote it. He directed it,
That's
and
true.
he edited it.
yeah.
And
Really?
yeah, and I
It
guess
sounds like it might have been his idea then.
sounds like he was at home and loved The Shining and thought he could fucking do it.
But the thing about Paul Thomas Anderson and any of the directors that we just mentioned, they wouldn't do it.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're so right. Yeah.
They wouldn't fucking do it.
They knew they'd taint their legacy for one thing.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's just like even to
It's like how how
to say
dare
you're
I?
gonna touch something like
Exactly.
that. There's no fucking way. And then also it's like, oh, so a strong plot line is vampires
Yeah, like, huh?
and they eat souls, and you know,
But I mean, that's to be fair. That's kind of Stephen King's fault.
Yeah.
So Stephen
Yeah.
King wrote. That's probably his story. I haven't read.
No,
Doc-
yeah,
No,
that
it
is
is.
the
It is.
story.
I haven't
Yeah.
read Doctor Sleep, but
Me
like,
neither.
That's
like,
it.
so it's soul sucking like vampires. They eat on telepathic children.
I guess they
basically.
can sense other children with the shining,
Mm-hmm.
and so they go around and suck their shining out of them as fucking vapor. They vape
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
kids. Fucking
Dude, what if like
big kids.
What if they're just like straight up taking bong rips of like kids' souls? Like it cuts to them like
Like
they
his
chop
finger
up,
in a
like-
bowl.
Yeah, they chop up kids and then it cuts to them like. Ooh, that's good. shit. Oh, that's some dank. Fucking child shining right there.
oh fuck.
or it's just like a jewel with like a kid in it.
They had to change the rating because of the jewel laws now.
someone dies of fucking vaping kids, and he like dies in like that weird way they die, and then he evaporates into jewel dust, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, maybe vaping's bad."
Like From Dusk Till Dawn or whatever.
Can hear the ocean.
He's fucking dead.
Oh yeah. So
Can you hear the seagulls?
Yeah.
Can hear the ocean.
a little sound design in that movie. God, we should watch that movie for this show.
Dude, that'd be great.
Oh, Mafia.
I love that.
we should vote to vote between either the Mafia movie or like Not Another Teen Movie or some shit like that. Like some
It
other
has to be a
spoof.
parody movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two parodies,
Yeah.
like Mafia
Yeah.
or
Like Scary Movie 2 or some shit.
Something. Yeah, we'll do
Something.
something. That if you haven't seen Mafia, one of the most underrated slapstick comedies ever. It was like fucking Not Another Teen Movie or Scary Movie before any of those.
With like Naked Gun and the Mafia.
yeah, it
Yeah.
basically makes fun of. It's like Scary Movie, but for The Godfather.
yeah,
So, anyways, check that movie out, Mafia.
Better than Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
yeah. Recommended over Dr. Sleep.
So before I forget, I wanted to talk about something. I mentioned Mike Flanagan wrote, directed, and edited this. The editing. Now, I noticed a lot of cross dissolves. Did you guys notice that? The crossfades?
Sure. Like when they're going
That's-
from one location to another.
Yeah,
Sometimes, yes. It's an homage to the crossfades in The Shining and how they symbolize a passage of time in The Shining.
yeah.
In this,
It's
Whatever
just
you
scene
want.
to next.
just one scene to the next.
Yeah.
And it infuriated me because
Yeah.
like the one time, when I first saw one, I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay,
That
that-
felt like The Shining.
because it was an 8-year gap, right?
Yes,
the first time they
yeah.
did
Sometimes I don't remember exactly when, but it was either a big change in location or some sort of like
Yeah, it was
something
like Danny
happened.
and his mom to his adulthood or whatever.
It was an obvious transition from a scene to a different scene. In this, they stayed in the same scene, and it was just like, oh, they're burying this person, and then it faded to them at the cars, or that it wasn't like a big chunk of time passing, or it wasn't. And sometimes it was even just a changing of camera angles, and I was like, no, that's not what it's supposed to symbolize. Editorially, that symbolizes a long passage of time, and in The Shining, you didn't know how long had passed,
But you
And
know that it did.
Right.
because it feels long. And by the way, the amount of time that crossfade happened in The Shining was about like 5 to 10 seconds. Like it's like really long.
Well, not even just taking into account the fact that like they're conditioning you to know that when they crossfade, it's a passage of time. So
That-
they're making you guess whether it has time passed or am I crazy? Shit like that.
But the use of crossfades,
And it just sort of it washes over you. It's not like a thing that you really think about in the moment, unless
Right.
you're like a nerd for
Right.
this
Yeah.
type of
You're
shit.
like analyzing it.
yeah. But the thing about the crossfade, if used well and properly, is that the two images that you choose to crossfade are almost like this painting that melts into each other.
Totally.
It's like when it's used well, it just kind of goes like almost when they're at that 50% mark, when they're both like crossing.
Yeah.
they have it's their own. It's its own image sometimes.
Totally.
I'm trying to think of one like from in The Shining. I think he goes, "Oh, some peace and quiet is just what I need." And it just holds on Jack Nicholson,
Yeah.
and then it fades into I think wilderness or the house.
Yeah.
and that in itself was just like
Yeah.
his face and
yeah,
the house.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but that's just an example I'm thinking of where it's just like that the crossfade sort of symbolizes something there. Here, just wherever the fuck, because we saw it in the other movie, right?
yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
asshole. Edited by Mike Flanagan. Asshole.
Mike Flanagan's like, oh boy, I can't wait to watch some up and coming movie podcasts and see what they think about Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, if he's listening to the show, like what do you have to say to him?
Fuck you.
What? No, I mean it, man.
No,
Like,
that was to you. Like you're like why put me in the chair to talk to? Hey, what would the first thing I would ask him is if I legit met him, I would be like, what inspired you to do this? And I wouldn't if it was for the love of Kubrick and the movie.
Yeah.
I would be like, but
You don't love him the right way though.
Yeah, it's like shouldn't the love like let you leave it alone?
yeah.
Like I don't know what I would say, dude. It's just I keep going back to in my head. My head just splits these movies apart. It's not a sequel to
Totally.
The Shining. It's a movie about telepathic kids and vampires to me. And when I look at it through that lens, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It had style. It had, albeit a lot of it was an homage and a lot of it was sort of like adopted and prostituted into this. But
Just bastardized.
yeah, but
I want
as
this
its
episode
own-
to be called Parasite. Fucking.
yeah,
God.
I don't know. Like another thing I just
He
thought
more
of, like,
he more leeches off of the film
yeah,
Yeah.
than try to
Contributes.
create
exactly.
an atmosphere and a story that stands on its own.
Correct. Yeah. But did you notice like when they swung the axe too? Like in
Did it like track or whatever?
in Kubrick's Shining, it went like every backswing it tracked back and forth.
Right.
And the first time it happened was when Ewan McGregor swung at Rose. That's her name, right?
Rose the Hat.
It's Rose the Hat.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. So
Was she raised by a fucking Bronx bookie?
So when the first time
She's
he's
thousands of years old.
Oh, I
apparently,
forgot,
and her
yeah.
name is Rose the Hat.
And her dad, by the way, he looked like Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog, but I guess he was like fucking Alexander the Great. What the fuck?
yeah, you've seen Empire's Fall.
Yeah, like
That
I
was-
guess you're Gehring or some shit.
It's I fucking hated that. Like, so we've seen empires fall. You've seen kings fucking.
You fucked popes, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. We ate popes. We fucking did this. It's like, then why are you traveling in an RV?
Why are you 2019 gypsies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in
Like,
a caravan.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like
Dude.
be in a fucking like stone room at all times.
You don't
Yeah.
know about the tunnels underneath the fucking palace that the queen lives in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
don't even-
idiot.
Be in an entirely made of concrete, just slab room
Yeah.
with nothing else.
Just sulking in your own power.
Yeah.
That's what they didn't play up the fact that these people are thousands of years old at all.
No.
They felt like homeless peasants.
Yes. What
Yeah.
the fuck was that?
Probably
then-
Stephen King's fault,
Oh, for sure.
if anything.
It like the coolest iteration of that would be this is fucking random as shit, but fucking what's his name? Stephen Dorff's lair in the movie Blade.
Oh my god.
Because it's just a white fucking room with
Yeah.
nothing else and maybe like a statue that's 1 billion years old.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah, maybe after being alive for 2 millennia, you would have learned how to make some fucking money.
Yeah.
Right.
And own some real estate or something.
But nope. I got an RV.
No. Yeah. No, just an RV. A nice one, albeit.
Yeah, it has a bathtub in it, I suppose. But it's
Yeah,
like,
it was weird. I thought the bathtub lady was going to come out of that one at some point too. When I saw
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I was like, oh great, here, she's just going to show up in every single one.
She's like, hey.
here I am,
it's
the
like-
bathtub lady.
but then like Rose the Hat is wearing like fucking like athletic leisure
Yeah,
wear.
that was
Yeah.
so weird.
This is
Yeah.
fucking so random.
It's so all
She-
over the place.
She fucking does. It was during like this crazy transcendent meditation scene that she flew across to like a few states to find this woman, and then she lands in the neighborhood with fucking Lululemons on. And you're
Yeah.
like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is
fucking athleisure. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck? You're millions of years old.
Yeah. Yep.
Granted, it's the most comfortable version of clothing.
Good point.
Of
Maybe.
apparel.
Whatever. But yeah, I agree. She should be wearing like fucking dystopian rags, and that's it. Just be,
Yeah.
or
Yeezy season 3 needed to design fucking
yes, exactly.
these people's clothing.
yeah.
Fucking yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah. So, all right, where do we want to pick this up? I mean, can we go back to the baseball scene where they abduct that boy?
All right.
Before I forget.
The star player whose parents don't give a shit about him because he walked home through a cornfield.
Also didn't go to the game.
Yeah,
the parents didn't.
he's the best player ever because he can read the pitcher's mind every single fucking time. That kid absolutely would be driven home by the bus,
Yep.
his parents,
Another parent.
Yeah.
a family member of some sort, a nanny.
But also, I was like, okay, he can read the pitcher's mind. This is like Little League. They're not throwing fucking curveballs here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's that. But even if you could read the mind, why can he hit it each time?
Good job. You can read a 12-year-old's mind. What's he thinking about? Tits?
Yeah. But at the same time, like, even if he's like fastball,
Yeah, which is
Whatever-
all it's going to be.
which is all it's going to be, that doesn't mean because you can read his mind that you're going to hit the ball each time. Does their
Totally.
superpower translate
Because
into hitting the ball?
Your mind doesn't. You can think one thing.
Unless he had some sort of powers similar to the other woman with the spoons. Like maybe he can like guide the ball into his baseball bat. But that was
Maybe.
my first thought. Initially we both laughed
Yeah.
when they're like, first of all, let's set up this scene because going back, they're like, we gotta find something we haven't eaten in a while. We're starving for some of that shining, you know,
some of that steam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
we need some of that steam. And
My
then
Juul's low.
yeah, and then
Refill.
cut to the baseball scene, and then it's two guys creepily analyzing the scene. And maybe dads.
Look
Whatever.
at this kid.
Look at this kid. He's the best. He's never missed a shot.
I hate my kid.
And then he says the words, it's almost as if he can read the pitcher's mind. And then the camera pans to our homeboy Crow Daddy or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
And he
Steampunk Jim Norton.
Yeah, and and he's just behind him like, oh, I see.
With his
I-
glasses on, just like,
This
I
boy,
guess I'll eat him.
this boy must be telepathic. I guess we'll murder him and eat him alive. So that was just
that was
okay.
ridiculous.
I was like, maybe Rose should have like set that up with like, oh, I think I know there's a baseball boy nearby. I feel him or whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was just kind of like,
Or-
this guy just frequents parks and listens for conversations about possible telepathy.
but dude, that little kid.
Is anybody talking about some really talented kids today?
Hey, do you guys happen to see anybody talking about, I don't know, some kids that just know a little too much
You
about
guys know
what's
about-
going on?
That have a good sense of things, you know what I mean?
You know, guys know about any cool kids pageants that know how to keep a secret?
So that happened, but like that kid is Jacob Tremblay or Joseph Tremblay.
Something.
Who's that?
He was the fucking kid in Room with Brie Larson.
He's in that Seth Rogen movie too, right?
and that Seth Rogen movie. He's a great actor, and then they just murder him.
Just eat him. in
He
like
did.
5
He did a
minutes.
great job dying though, like acting wise.
He did, yeah.
He sold it.
Fucked
Yeah,
up,
it
bro.
was pretty rough. By the way, I'm glad this movie was R though. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
If this was PG-13, it would have been way worse. Like, they murdered a kid on screen, and I was like, whoa, okay,
Right.
And
And
then
he's screaming for his fucking life.
Yeah.
that was brutal.
As they're like
I was
tearing
like,
into him.
It's a
Jesus.
child murder.
It was brutal because every time I see a child actor, it makes me think a couple things. Like the first one being like, "Fuck this actor, you're a child, you're not an actor." But the second being that their parent has to be present on set no matter what. So like that shot where like young Danny goes into the bathroom with naked lady, like you know that like 2 feet away his mom was like sitting there cross-armed,
Yeah.
like just sitting there.
Yeah.
Same with the other actor. It's just odd to think.
Those parents of child actors are so fucking weird.
They're
bro.
psychos, dude.
She's just like, yep, go in there with the fucking naked lady. Like, have fun with that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll pay
I'll
for this
post
in
about
therapy.
it. Can we take
Yeah.
a picture with her? Can
Yeah.
we fucking?
Thanks for the Botox money, kid. Glad I squirted you out 12 years ago.
Yep.
Well, prove me wrong.
Changed my mind. Yeah, so that scene I just thought was hilarious. I had to talk about that. They just murder a child based on some anecdotal like comment someone
So-
made at a
They're
baseball
like,
game.
shit, this guy doesn't have any smoke coming out of him.
Yeah, what happened if they
Right.
they fucking stab a kid and he's like, there's
Fuck
no
'em.
steam.
Okay, so I do want to say this about any supernatural. Okay, so the shine in this is a lot more like the Force than anything else. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like now you can influence people to do things. Now you can, make objects move, and you can like read other people. Not just read other people's minds is what I'm saying.
Probably why
Yeah.
they casted Ewan McGregor.
Hello there.
Disney Plus.
But another what I don't like about that, and not that like it's not cool for them to have different abilities, like that's not what I'm saying, but the explanation and the expounding upon what the Shining is, I don't like that. I mean,
No.
Oh, you mean leave it as a mysterious force of nature?
yeah, just
Yeah.
let
Totally.
it be a thing that exists.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No one can really explain it.
Yeah.
I
I
should
don't-
be able to explain it.
Exactly.
Should
and
be
I don't
unex-
want
yeah.
people, I don't want an explanation for any of that.
No.
That's so unwarranted. We don't
agree.
need that.
Yeah. Cut to like just put that next to how they address that in The Shining, like the original. Like
Yeah.
how it was
Totally.
like, it was this nebulous thing where it's like, is this kid just having seizures or is he like
Is he just a weird
hallucinating?
fucking kid?
He doesn't
Like-
he doesn't know what to do with his power. He doesn't know, he's seeing shit. He's seeing this, he's seeing that, whatever. Like, yeah, and then this one, it's like you must harness the Shining. And
Yeah.
it was like this superpower training
Yeah.
shit, and it was just like cut to fucking Professor Xavier rolling up like I can help here.
Well, and then you have fucking what's his name, Scatman Crothers. Is that
Oh,
his name?
the old man from the first one.
Yeah, like
The caretaker from the hotel.
Yeah.
yeah.
his interpretation of The Shining, and like, penning the name The Shining.
Right.
That was really cool because it's like you only get that in the movie,
Yep.
and then there's no other explanation for it.
Yep.
The rest of the entire fucking movie. Yeah, like you miss that scene, you're fucked. Like if you went to take a piss,
Yep.
you come back and it's like, wait, why is he talking to him? Like what? And in this, it's way more explained in depth. They have canisters of souls.
Yeah.
They didn't have to explain a single fucking thing.
No.
I much prefer exclusively environmental storytelling.
Yeah,
For sure.
just take the context for what it is, and then nothing else.
Yeah, like those scenes, like those scenes where it'll be opening up like on a couple in bed, and it's implied that I guess they've been sitting there reading for a certain amount of time, and then one of them turns to the other and they're like, "You remember 12 years ago when I walked up to you and fucking blue badoop, and then I
Yeah.
said this and that?" And they're like, "I do," and it's clearly for the audience.
Yeah. Yeah. Where it's,
It's-
like, here's
Just
our
that-
backstory.
Yeah.
It's so insulting. I hate that.
Just that
Yeah.
info bomb.
It
Like,
is very- yeah,
you're
exactly.
dumb. Here's what this is.
Exactly.
Don't like it.
Yep. That's that. It's to be. It's what studios do to films
Totally.
to make
After
everything-
focus
to make
groups, right?
To make everything accessible, and I won't say exclusively. Like, I won't say studios do that, but I will say that there are people involved. There's so many people involved that one person down the line says, someone might not get this. You should write something to explain this. Someone might not get this. We should explain this or whatever. And then there you go. You got your spoon-fed storytelling where it's like, we need to make this as accessible and as profitable as possible.
Yeah.
Because the less accessible it is, the less profitable it is.
Totally.
By the way, this whole thing has studio. It makes perfect sense why it got made. Imagine a guy coming in and saying, "I've got a script for The Shining 2," and they're like, "Oh, we remember that. Go on."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Well, we can profit off of the hype of that." And then blah, blah, blah. And
Let's
people,
fucking fast track this motherfucker.
yeah, and then it's got all the ingredients of like it's a reimagining, but also it's gonna recast, it's gonna pay homage, and you're gonna go back to the Overlook and all those cliche things that happen in a remake or a sequel. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we gotta go back, all that type of shit, and like the remember this type of shit is
Is right
all
for that.
in this.
Yeah.
It's all in this.
Yep.
This hit all those notes where it's like, yeah,
And it opened up at number 2.
fuck my life.
I heard it got like really good critical reception.
It's mixed.
Oh, really?
It's mixed.
Okay.
The movie Midway made more money than this did in opening weekend.
What's Midway?
It's about Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, made more money than Doctor Sleep, which is, if you think about it, man, like that just says to me that people weren't excited about this.
Well,
Yeah.
to be honest, I've never even heard of Midway. So the fact that The Shining 2 basically opened up behind a movie I haven't even heard about says
Good point.
says what I think. What sucks about this is that the box office is not a good success metric because
No.
people are going to see this no matter what. People
point.
like me, people like you who love The Shining and are just going to go, "Welp, like got to see what this is."
Yeah.
See what they fucking did to it.
Yeah, like got to see what this is.
Look what
and-
they did to my boy.
Yeah. Look at the mess with my boy. So yeah, it was basically all it was pre it had a fast track to success financially no matter
Yeah.
what. It doesn't matter about the reviews. Because
no, yeah,
Good point.
because it's toying with something that we know and love so much. It's in the pop culture zeitgeist now. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
it's like me being like, "You know what? I wrote another Godfather."
Yeah,
And then people are like, well, we're going to see it.
yeah,
Right.
It's like people going, well, what? Okay, I guess. So I'll go check it out. It's like, that's what this is.
yeah, and it's just not. It doesn't.
Nope.
Did you?
Let's,
Sorry.
I just made me think of movies that got remade. Blade Runner.
So well done.
The modern
That's
Blade
well
Runner.
fucking done,
Fucking
though.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the
Visionary director.
I would have never expected a sequel from Blade Runner like today, like as 2049 happened. But it's just the way they did it was like, I don't know, it was like a perfectly executed like cyber neo-noir city with all that. It was just so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was just
So
not
fucking
a
good.
bad
The story and the development of how the evolution of those humanoids
Yeah.
and everything, just the humanoid robots or whatever.
And they leave enough to the imagination to where you're still thinking about it after you watch it instead of saying, fuck that dumb movie.
And it takes so long to get to like the homages. For the first, I want to say, almost 2 acts of the movie, or the first half of the movie, it's its own little story.
Yeah.
yeah, almost.
Excluding like the flashbacks from Danny and stuff.
No. I'm talking about Blade Runner 2040.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Like it's its own story for a good long while, and then we get into like how the Blade
Deckard
Runner
and shit.
Yeah, we get into like why that matters here.
That's one of my favorite movies for sure.
It's so
Fucking
fucking
love
good,
it.
man.
Yeah. Oh, that
This
reminds
didn't do that. This wasn't its own story
enough.
without The Shining.
Yeah.
I think it was just a bad story. I just don't like the aspects with the vampires and the fucking kids with Shining and they're looking around for him.
The one aspect I did like though is that he was a hospice, like he worked at the hospice facility.
Sure.
And the cat, and like the fact that he was able to like help people die,
That was cool.
and like the entire concept behind Doctor Sleep, that was really cool and really well done. And that's a
What if he's like, oh no, you're right where you're supposed to be, and he's like, yeah. And he's just like talking him down and all this. He's like, oh, I'm so relaxed. I can finally pass in peace. And then he just cut to him like with a pillow, like. I am Doctor Sleep.
Get adios.
And that's how. And it's like,
God.
then he's just Jack Torrance again. Anyways, I had that thought watching the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, what if like after this beautiful scene of him talking this guy into the rest.
he just fucking pulls a what's that? Hugo Stiglitz, and he fucking puts his entire fist in the guy's mouth.
That's my favorite kill in that whole fucking
That was
movie.
fucking brutal
all,
as shit.
all of a sudden he like picks up this like air canister, like No Country for Old Men. He's just like,
I don't want to
Fucking-
guess heads or tails though.
fucking bolts him. fucking
yeah.
That movie. Ugh.
He's like, call it, friendo.
Call it.
Call it, friendo. Or he's like, he just goes, attack, and the cat goes, just starts going right for the jugular.
Attack, familiar.
Oh shit. He axes everybody. Fucking, here's Johnny.
Oh.
Thank God he didn't say here's Johnny.
Oh
though,
my
by the way,
God!
in
Could
this
you
movie.
imagine?
There was no.
Here's Jimmy Fallon.
oh my god, I would shoot myself in the fucking head.
Thank God.
If he said, "Here's Jimmy Fallon."
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Dude, I'm gonna petition to have them put that in the movie now.
Hey, let's get back to that though. The fact that we glossed over the fact that they recasted Jack Nicholson in this, and the bar scene. Let's go to the bar scene first. Let's start there.
'Kay.
He sat down.
Didn't
at the
want
bar.
it to happen.
Didn't want it to happen. Sat down at
Well-
the bar, and the glass was there.
If sorry, if everything leading up to the bar scene, like he's taking a trip down memory lane, he's going through all the hallways and shit, and he gets to the bar. Like, what if he just walks up to the bar and the glass is still there, and then that's it?
Yeah.
We just get the fuck out of there.
I'm okay with that. I'd be okay with it staying on Ewan the whole time, and he's just talking to somebody. You never see who it is.
Yes,
That's
It could have been Jack Nicholson. It could have been the original bartender. But even I would
and it
I would be
teased
okay-
that for a while.
Yeah.
Like you just saw like some hands,
and I was like, okay,
that's
this is
it.
good. I like this. But even the walking scene to the bar, motherfucker, he did the same thing. He walked across the lobby and sat down at the bar. You look at The Shining, it's a dolly track, and he's parallel with Jack Nicholson, wide fucking lens, beautiful. In this, he's like off a little bit, and he's tracking with them.
Yeah.
It's like a 25 millimeter. It's like a 30 or 45. It's like kind of more telephoto. It's not as fucking wide and like
Yeah.
just absorbing of the whole environment. And I was just like, you literally set up a dolly truck and did the same shot, but slightly different. If you're going to do the homages, do them. Really hit them on the head. Don't
Yeah.
don't
Justice.
do them like I'm gonna make it look like an average modern movie. What,
Yeah.
like at least set up a bunch of shots so that on Instagram all those film enthusiasts can be like, look at all these parallels.
Yeah.
like at least do all like the side by sides. You did a Jack Nicholson like in The Door. You did. He was in the same. Ewan McGregor was in the same doctor's office at one point.
Yeah.
I loved that shot.
Yeah, that was
like
cool.
they set up. There was a certain shot where the same one where Jack Nicholson was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be the caretaker, and I just need the peace and quiet." Same exact place. Ewan McGregor was
Didn't notice that.
when he was talking to someone completely different, though.
The doctor. He was talking to that.
Was it the same guy?
No, it was the doctor that was.
Oh, that wouldn't make any sense.
It was the same doctor that was. He was doing those
AA meetings.
AA meetings.
Oh, right.
But he happened to have a very similar office,
It was
lighting
the same
wise.
exact fucking
Gerald.
Yeah. So if you're gonna
Oh, yeah,
do
Gerald
it,
from
if you're
Gerald,
gonna
yeah.
do it, go fucking full 100. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I felt about it.
Yeah.
where-
But and then they showed. Is that
That's where they fucked
Yes.
up. They literally showed their hand.
yes, and that's what I mean. But when I say go full 100, I mean like keep it in your universe, homaging to that one.
Yeah.
In this one, it's like, first of all, the bartender suddenly we're looking at a fucking Jack Nicholson recast, a modern Jack Nicholson guy, a guy pretending to be Jack Nicholson talking to his dad. Granted, would have been a great scene if you just heard a good Jack Nicholson voice or
Yes.
something,
Yes.
and you never saw it, or then that one was egregious enough, and I was like, okay, that was it. We did just that one.
Like, imagine if the movie was okay, dude. Let me get you here. Okay, so imagine this movie was good enough, and they were able to make the vampire thing work, and it's like it exists
Stylistically,
stylistically. It's cool. Like it's hitting all of these notes, and we don't see Jack Nicholson's. We don't see Jack Torrance.
Yeah.
We just hear it.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it were Jack Nicholson's voice, because he's still alive.
Yeah, you're right.
If it was his voice, do you think that would be crossing the line, or do you think that would have like awoken something in you as far as
I
like,
think that alleviates some of the poor choices they made.
Well,
If
okay.
if they make the concessions that you just said they did, where all those other things make sense.
Yeah. If I heard Jack Nicholson's voice in what I saw in Doctor Sleep, this version of the movie, offensive.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
If
Which is
I-
why he didn't do it, I guarantee you.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if it was even.
I doubt they even reached out to him.
Yeah,
The guy
no,
doesn't-
it was a
the guy
total
doesn't work
rematch.
anymore. He's
Yeah.
just goes to Laker games.
I'm Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
Go Lakers.
go Lakers, King James. Yeah,
You go-
get me a scotch.
Have you seen all those memes of him?
Fucking butt naked.
Yeah, yeah.
Courtside.
Just fucking
with his
Speedo.
dick out.
What?
Have you seen all those memes of like him doing egregious things at Lakers games?
No.
They're mostly photoshops, but like it's like Jack Nicholson went to a Lakers game and spilled a whole pot of chili. It's so fucking funny because it's like almost believable.
Yeah.
When you see it, you're like,
Right.
it's Jack Nicholson. I don't know. He's like, I want some chili.
Like, are you gonna deny? Like, if Jack Nicholson told you he wanted chili, like,
Yeah.
are you not gonna get him chili?
Yeah, right. Or if he showed up at a Lakers game with like a pot of it and was just like, this is mine.
You're like, you can't be like, all right, come in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you
you're
just
like,
let him do
yeah.
whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah,
He's
so-
Jack Nicholson.
It's so fucking funny.
So, anyways, yeah, if I heard Jack Nicholson in this version of the movie, offensive. If I heard his voice in a very stylistic, subtle, like artfully done,
Like Christian Slater doing it instead,
no, like what?
because they have the same voice.
No,
Christian Slater.
I'm Jack Nicholson.
I'm Christian Slater.
Well, you're right. They do have the same
See?
voice. But if I heard Nicholson in this one, goosebumps, man. Or
Yeah.
if I heard it in a better version of this movie,
Right.
goosebumps.
Yeah.
right.
It,
And
could, it was possible.
I think there is a version where that could have been done.
could have existed. Yeah.
Could have
Yeah.
existed and been absolutely appropriate. And it's like, okay, not only did you have the audacity to like, sequel to fucking to make the sequel of The Shining, but you had the wherewithal to get Jack Nicholson in there somehow. And you were able to convince him, and this hit all the right notes.
I mean, that would be a feat in and of its own.
Yeah.
And I mean, also the recasting of the caretaker too. It's like that guy got. He got.
Yeah.
He got. I mean, granted, he talks. People talked to a lot of souls in this movie or whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, all the recastings were pretty offensive. Like
Yeah.
Shelley Duvall,
She's like, she's actually, beautiful.
she's hot. and in this version, and Shelley Duvall. Granted, while she's like pretty, she's not like she's not chiseled pretty.
Right.
She's
No.
not like a conventional.
She's a normal looking woman.
She's a normal looking woman, but obviously she's been through some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
In The Shining.
Yeah,
Yes.
not just scoop up a magazine model
And you don't leave the Overlook like the same person ever again.
Right.
So like in the scenes after that where I mean she got the voice down, like the voice was good,
really good.
Yes.
but she didn't have like the sunken eyes that are also bulging.
Yeah,
Right.
that was like the main attribute of the face that just stands out immediately, right?
Yeah.
She's like almost alien.
Yeah.
And you can't just find someone that looks like that. I totally
No.
get it.
Sure. Yeah.
So then just don't have her in it.
Yeah.
or show the back of her head.
A silhouette.
Just a silhouette.
'Cause they nailed the
Silhouette-
hair.
Silhouette plus the voice would have been fine.
yeah.
It's like you didn't have to be so egregious. Not only did you make new scenes with a recast, you reshot some of the most
Yeah.
iconic scenes in cinema history with just D-list people that look like the actors from that. Like,
It's like being a rock band and covering the 1812 overture. Why would you do that?
yeah, dude. Like when I saw the Shelley Duvall recasting in the bathroom and the axe coming through.
Yeah.
Imagine shooting that. First of all, imagine being on the set and we're like, we're doing this, huh? Okay.
Like,
so I'm supposed to sit here and somehow hold a light to the most iconic thing, one of the most iconic things ever fucking shot in horror.
Yeah,
Like that face of an axe coming through
Yeah.
the door and her like this is one of the most iconic frames in cinema history.
Oh, absolutely.
And you reshot it? What are you doing? No, the face in the door is fine. The face
Sure.
in the door, I let go. You can let
because
like,
it's somebody else.
it's
Yeah.
somebody else and it's
It's a
homage.
different character.
it's not a
It's not
make.
like I'm gonna do it.
What if he was like when he found that crack, he was just like, here's the bathroom. Like it's basically what this was missing. Basically,
Yeah.
it was like, it got that close of like you might as well have broken the fourth wall.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
said shit like that. Like
So they reshot that iconic shot, and they give you like 2 seconds of it. Didn't need it.
nope.
No.
Didn't need it. And then they reshot Jack Nicholson with an axe in the hallway, dude.
In the hallway and on the stairs with
and on
Shelley.
the stairs.
With Shelley, climbing up.
Hey,
Because
obscure his face.
There's that, but you already paid a great, like, almost homage to it when you flipped it and roll reversed it. Just the tip of the cap to all the fans of like, remember the stair shot? It was actually pretty close to the framing and lensing. It dollied back up or craned back up, whatever you want to say. And then
And then they just fist fucked it with fucking. Oh yeah, take this reference.
yeah,
Fuck.
for real. They just fucking were taking like shining pies
Yeah.
and throwing them in my
Yeah,
face.
totally,
the whole
dude.
Fucking like for the last like 30 minutes, it was like that.
Yeah.
I was like, you did okay with that first homage, but then you reshot it with the fake Jack and Nicholson. It's like you didn't not only did like the bathroom scene, all the hallway stuff,
Yeah.
the stairs stuff. You dared reshoot the Shining scene. It's
Yeah.
like you fucking assholes. Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
Flanagan?
Chinatown 2. What? What are you doing?
What the fuck are we doing here? Anyways, so yes, that's
That was a clip right there.
I need
dude. like
cigarette.
that was so fucking that's what I wanted, man.
Yeah.
fuck you.
That's what I wanted, dude.
just-
But there's no way you weren't going to see this movie.
Yeah, you're right. I legit fought you guys on it. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
can we?
You're like, can we please not?
yeah.
Chris was like, I don't want to spend my money on this. I was like, all right, dude, we'll go to this one theater. I'll get us in free.
yeah.
He's like, fucking, all right, pay me mileage to go there. Fuck this.
Like a disgruntled delivery employee for a fast food restaurant.
and then like an hour before we go to the movie, Chris is like, we can still watch The King on Netflix.
yeah.
Timothée Chalamet.
Guys, it's not too late.
It's not too late.
Yeah.
God, you were avoiding this like the plague, dude. And I understand.
And then like when the movie started, it was the old Warner Brothers logo.
Yeah.
Right. And the music.
Boom, 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 and I audibly made a noise. I don't know what it was.
No, it was just all just nostrils. You just go.
I did that a few times during this. I remember like specifically. I don't remember what they caused them, but like for example, the first time the caretaker was recasted, they were sitting on the bench, and I was just like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
like that was like offense number one, you know, like
There was one point in the, I don't know where it was exactly, and I wish I remembered. Fuck, I wish I remembered what it was. But Chris, like, he kind of sunk in his chair even more because, like, he chills at the theater, like his feet are up, he's chilling. And then it was one point where he had to like adjust himself. He was so offended by the film, and he's just like, "Oh fuck,
Jesus."
Like it was
like the frame hit me.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh,
and it, like the hand over his head, just like, oh god,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't remember what it was.
and then like you're just watching it. You're watching the rest of the movie through your eyebrows. Just
Just like Jack Torrance. Just
Yeah. I thought when they went to the Overlook, I thought when they pulled up to the Overlook and it was all snowy and shit, I thought they were going to go into the hedge maze and Jack Nicholson was still just going to be like, they're like,
yeah. It's like, hey, it's just a popsicle.
yeah. Speaking of going up to Overlook, so I knew that I had to pee like violently bad.
Yeah.
And I was in pain. So I was like, I hate going to the bathroom during movies, but I could tell I was nowhere near the end. So I was like, fuck, we're about to get to the final like finale 30 minutes. Like,
did you know they were going to go to the Overlook?
yeah, as soon as they were in the car and he was like, we got to go somewhere where they can't get us, where they're, you know, or whatever. I was like, oh, they're going back to Overlook.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this is a travel scene. I got to go. I went to the bathroom, and as I was walking out, I heard like the notes of the music coming. I'm like, yeah, I was like, they're doing the helicopter shot, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I was like, this helicopter, another iconic shot from The Shining. It's like a 10-minute helicopter scene of them driving up to the hotel.
Speaking of violently pissing, I have to piss.
Okay. But I left like knowing I angrily peed.
Yeah.
I was like,
you pissed with vigor. Redneck power wash.
basically just fucking. I sat at the fucking urinal shaking my head like they're doing the helicopter shot right now.
Yeah.
I know it. And then I came back, and when I walked back into the theater, it was like just finishing, and I like walked back to my seat shaking my head, and then I look over to Josh and I'm just like, they did the helicopter shot, didn't they? And he was like, yeah, basically. He's like, it was the same shot but snowy.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool.
Great.
Cool.
Dude. I mean, okay. I'm trying to think of something I liked about it. And really the only thing that comes to mind was like the scene where she was flying to Abra's bedroom. And when she got there and she was looking through the cabinet, the role reversal where she thought she was like spying on her, but she was actually getting spied on.
Yeah,
she
that
looked
was
back.
sick.
That was cool. But that's all I can fucking think of.
I mean, there were redeemable things in the movie, but it was only when I detached myself long enough from The Shining
Exactly.
to appreciate this as its own thing. Like that scene, for example, was awesome.
Yeah.
I love the meditation scene and the way she traveled, the minimal sound design. It felt eerie enough to almost be Shining-esque.
Totally.
Because there was a lot of... Because they would do that in The Shining. You would see a bunch of imagery and not hear it. Like the iconic hall bloodway shot.
Yeah.
The hallway blood shot. Which, by the way...
Oh god, when she's watching the
yeah,
fucking
why
blood.
did they? Like,
and she's
remember
just
the
like-
blood?
Cool. Like what?
That was the nod to that. It was basically like, was that even necessary at that
No,
point?
because it didn't actually happen.
Right. It was that was like a Danny vision, basically.
Yeah, and
Or-
she
or-
had it.
Yeah, and she was like, "Huh, I know this."
No, you
It's just
don't.
but the way she looked at it was almost like, "Ha, I remember that from The Shining."
Yeah,
It's what
exactly.
It was like,
God.
why are you? While we're on the subject, I thought she did great for what it was.
Rose the Hat. Yeah, she was really good.
She's great. Yeah,
She's really, really good.
Like
I
acting
liked
I thought she was awesome.
when she was like eating the souls, and like just the way that she looked, like it's like actually replenishing her. Like, and it kind of took me out a little bit during the movie, in that like you have to imagine her without all the CGI and like the glowy eyes and like just like her over some guy, just like
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's fucking stupid.
Yep.
And like acting is retarded, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes.
But
like without CGI, pretending to fight, like play fighting and shit like that.
Yeah.
The shit actors have to do like they're 7.
Me in third grade on a trampoline.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you'll never defeat me at full power. I'm like, no.
yeah.
The
so
fuck?
that was like, it took me out a little bit, but it's like she's committed. She's all in, dude.
Yeah,
in
she's
her
great.
fucking athleisure.
Yeah. Yeah. So what were we talking about? I guess we.
Things that
Also,
it did well.
never explain the hat. Like,
Oh no, she did seem to
A
have
magician's
like this.
hat.
Yeah, but she seemed like it was a lifeline for her somehow. Like she had some connection
Yeah.
with it that it couldn't leave her head.
When she
Like,
got
was
knocked
like-
down at the grocery store and
Right.
someone else tried to grab it and she was like, no, I'll get it.
Exactly.
But
they
that
never
was
explained
it.
it.
Yeah.
No, maybe it's a book thing, but yeah, I noticed that too. Where it's like, it seems like there's some sort of connection she has with this hat, but they didn't.
oh, and then whenever she died, spoilers. The hat,
Spoilers up to this point.
oh, well. She dies, and then her hat is just like sitting there. I guess it means something.
I don't know, maybe
there was no good explanation for it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't spoon feed it to me like they did everything else in this.
Yeah,
goddamn
exactly.
movie.
Oh yeah, like when she gets eaten by all of the Shining's occupants, like because he summons them all and just
The
like
creepiest part about all of the things in The Shining is that they never like attack you necessarily.
not necessarily.
You don't know what they do.
You don't know
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
do with you.
Right.
They're just there, and that's the freaky part.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get this like weird fucking like it's a monster mash, like where they're where they're all fucking eating this woman. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like this is weird.
What the?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
did they?
It's a graveyard smash.
What if they were like?
Oh my god.
It started dancing to Thriller. Yeah. Did they soul suck her the same way they?
Yeah,
Oh, they did the whole vampire thing.
yeah. She was screaming in pain, and they're
and they were starving. That's what he said. Like, oh,
Yeah.
they're starving.
it was kind of cool.
Hey, why didn't they starve like the other?
But why didn't?
vampires?
Because they're already dead, I guess, and their ghosts are hungry.
You know what's funny is somebody
Well,
asked,
because the
like-
house wasn't dead.
You're right. And then he burned it down at the end, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but like, so there was this one part where he's like,
The
"Hey,
hotel. Sorry.
Yeah.
well, what?" There was this one part where he's like, "So what happens when you put him in the box?" And then the guy goes, "Do you care?" And I was like, "Why are you gonna write it off with one line like that?"
Yeah.
And like, I can't think of what happens in the box, so it's not gonna.
He's like, I don't fucking know. I'm a ghost.
Yeah,
They don't give you a book.
yeah.
I
But
went
like,
to school in the 20s. They didn't teach me, so
I thought that was weird.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
was-
why even have that question in there if he's not gonna answer it?
Yeah. It's just weird.
Whatever. Bad writing.
Well, I mean, I know it's an allegory or metaphor or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
not smart. But it's supposed to be for your addictions, is what the hotel represents. You know what I mean? And drinking, specifically for Stephen King. That's what the Overlook is.
real original Stephen King writing addiction into your book again.
But whenever he says, like, you know, he's putting all those things in a box, it's the whole, like not drinking aspect of it. It's that recovery sort of thing. Like, it doesn't go away. It stays in you. Like, that
okay.
alcoholic is...
Oh, sure. Like you're always an alcoholic, even if you haven't had a drink in like 50 years or whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. Like,
Gotcha.
even if you're not drinking currently. So that's that beast or whatever.
These vampires are all alcoholics.
Oh, wait.
And they have to feed on little boys and girls because alcoholism destroys the relationships with your kids.
And the abuse makes you drink more. It's a fucking...
And Jack Torrance is a writer. The fuck?
All right. Anything else on this?
Nah, I'm done.
Yeah, my brain's.
I'm gonna watch the original Shining when I get home just to cleanse my palate.
I'm going to hit the bed like movie style after this, like because I've just been like venting so much. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna when I go to lay
Nice
down.
to get it out right.
Yeah, I feel like there aren't enough hours for me to like. I don't have it all in my head, but the
Yeah.
thing is, I would have to talk for 4 or 5 hours to get it all. You know, I would have to sit down and write it out to get it into like a 90-minute episode or whatever. But
hear
like,
you.
there were so many things. I kind of wish I brought a pen and paper to this movie because there were so many things.
I
that
wanted to write notes throughout.
Yeah, there were so many things that I was like, oh, that's an homage to this. That's there were things I wanted to remember to call back and why I liked or disliked them, and
Right.
To be fair, I think I covered a lot, but I'm not saying I'm like
You're
I'm,
just scratching the surface with your.
it's what it
rage.
feels like. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where it's like that movie, The Shining. I've seen so many times and it's such a close thing, and then just see someone do this. There aren't like to collect your thoughts on it. It's tough, and to like.
How often do you go back and rewatch The Shining, or any Stanley Kubrick?
It's been a couple years since The Shining,
But do you ever
Kubrick
like
films like pretty
designate like an occasion or anything like that to
Nah.
just go back and watch?
Nah, it's a mood thing.
Okay.
It's like sometimes I'll just have it on in the background because it's just like a palette. I've seen it so many times.
Totally.
Where I'm just like 2001's just playing. It's like a visual wallpaper. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't know.
See, that I don't think I would ever like watch that at home unless it's like a real.
Like a viewing.
Yeah.
Like showing somebody 2001.
Yeah. Like
That's
that.
It's not
a
a
huge risk.
Yeah, it's not a big chill movie. I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna throw that on.
No, yeah, I learned that the hard way. Where I was like, let me show you my favorite movie. And it's like 3 hours
like,
later. They're like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, I can explain all of it if you want.
In fact, I'd love to.
And then they're like, this is the last date we're going on. And
With a man for me.
Yeah, and so I learned that the hard way. Like Kubrick films aren't like popcorn.
Totally,
like,
totally.
Yeah.
There's a
movies.
couple, maybe. Not Lolita. Not 2001.
Eyes Wide Shut, I'd say, is a popcorn movie.
Yeah, Eyes Wide Shut, The
That's
Shining.
a great fucking. That's a great sit. I love that movie. Yeah. I
Hey,
get it.
imagine making like Full Metal Jacket 2. Let's do that. Let's do that while we're at it.
God damn it.
There is a 2010, but I haven't seen it to be honest.
Wait, what?
The author that wrote 2001
Okay.
wrote 2010, and somebody made a movie about 2010.
Okay, I thought you said.
no
I
idea.
thought you meant that there is a film sequel to Full Metal Jacket that came out in 2010.
No, and I was saying there's actually a sequel to 2001, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, I got it for you for your birthday one year.
me
Yeah,
the book.
yeah,
Oh, thanks.
dick.
Thank you. That's very
Fucking
thoughtful.
dick.
I never read it. I tried to read 2001. That doesn't matter.
It's probably a big, abstract, vacuous thing to read.
It's
Have
big
you-
brain shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I like the movie.
yeah.
Have you gone back to like read any of the scripts? Like, did you read the script for The Shining?
Nah.
No?
I have the 2001 script.
Oh, okay.
Like,
It's just cool for
su-
reference.
Yeah, well, it is a super thoughtful gift. My stepmother got me a replica of an ashtray that was given out at the premiere of 2001. So I have a replica of that ashtray that was like handed out. But she also printed off like all the 300-page script.
That's fucking badass.
And but like
awesome.
in script form and like 3-hole punch to
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I had that. I don't know where it is right now. The ashtray's right there. The blue ashtray's right below my TV. But I don't know where I put the script. It's just paper. So I was like, it's not like there's no copy, but it's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, what is the sequel that you would be insulted by?
That I would be or have been.
That you would be.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I guess I'll think of some of my favorite movies.
Shrek the musical too.
Dude, don't even joke like that. I guess if they did, I don't know, if like Departed 2 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, how are you going to do? Everyone died in the fucking elevator. What are you going to fucking do?
Spoiler.
Like,
A big time insult would be. Fuck that. A big time insult would be if they decided to make a sequel to The Dark Knight Rises
oh my God. Actually, you know what? I have an answer.
with Joseph Gordon-Levitt by a different director.
And there's a new Heath Ledger
And
Joker.
he's Batman Beyond or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, no, I have my answer. I've managed to avoid watching the Episode 9 Star Wars trailer up until this point, but they played it just before this movie, and I was
If you want
thinking,
to call it that.
yeah, I was thinking after, okay, if I was a Disney executive, here's what I would do. I would wait for Episode 9 to release. I would wait for all the Disney Plus shit to happen, and then once like Star Wars hype starts to die down a little, boom, Star Wars Episode 10 X Mega Ultra Epic Everything Happens edition, where it's a 3.5 hour fuck you of Star Wars, but it's not part of a trilogy until the next one comes out because we're Disney.
Yep.
Star Wars. Yeah. No.
Yeah, if they did a fourth trilogy of Star Wars, I'd just be like, oh fucking K. Jesus, man. I guess it's just as ongoing.
But you know
I
it's
would love to see you in a theater when the trailer comes up. Bam, ba-da-dam, and you're just like, oh, fucking K.
Fuck you, dude. That being said, episode 9 looks really good.
And then that one guy's like, turn your fucking phone off. Like that.
Oh, I love that shit. Turn
guy.
the fucking flash off, dumbass.
Oh, that's the best thing I've ever seen. Hey, people don't know what we're referencing. But
There's a
Turn
video.
your fucking flash off.
oh, can you please see if you can find it on YouTube real quick?
Jesus, Stan.
So there's this clip of it's someone was recording the intro in the theater on their phone, and I'll just
There it is.
I'll let it.
Lucasfilm title card is out.
Turn off the flash, you fucking moron. Yeah! Fuck that guy. That guy is just like,
Dude, play one more time and listen. He just melts into the seat from embarrassment. Dude, the timing of how the ambience of the rest of the crowd fades right as he comes in.
yeah.
It's fucking
It's
comical.
like everyone said their piece, and he's like, you know what?
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
Please, one more time.
Turn off the flash, you fucking moron. I wish they would do that at the John Williams concerts. Like that was the prelude to the fucking epic
Turn
score.
off the fucking flash, you moron.
Okay.
You fucking
Forward.
You fucking
Turn off your phone! Turn off the flash, you fucking moron!
Everyone's fucking stoked.
Oh,
That's at the like.
it's like almost everyone completely forgets what just happened.
There are too many movies.
And we're back. So,
Hello.
Hi. So if you
Chris's apartment is the Overlook Hotel.
Yeah.
Just to shut off.
our podcast was too funny and we lost power.
No.
do it.
Wait. I need to color code these.
There, I see a bunch of colors.
That's just how they appear.
It's just how it is.
All right. We're back. We had a power outage. You won't know because I will edit this.
Because through the magic of editing, you would have never known something went wrong.
I'll throw a thick ass crossfade on it. So, anyways, I don't know what we were talking about. You just want to play a game, and we've finished the review. I guess.
Yeah.
Fuck this
You know
movie.
what's funny is the person listening knows exactly what we were talking about,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be like, "You fucking idiots!" And then we're just like, "Oh, we did it right." We're like, "Oh, so the most iconic scene in the film," and we're back.
Yeah.
So we finished everything.
yeah, that was about it.
That was about it, right?
Fucking assholes.
Whatever.
us.
You want to play a game? News? What do we got?
Nah, let's just play a game.
Okay.
Do you have any news?
Personal? What? No, I'm just kidding. Any personal news?
Chris?
No,
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Wilson? News?
Um,
Floor is yours.
let me check. Let me check to see if I have any news.
Martin Scorsese said that Marvel films aren't cinema. Do you guys agree?
I mean, by definition, they are cinema.
You're fucking wrong, bro.
I get
what he's saying,
I
though.
get what he's saying, but yes, but it's like saying like, oh,
Well,
this,
Robert
this
Downey
paint
Jr.
on a canvas isn't a painting.
Right.
It is.
Robert
but-
Downey Jr. was like, well, they play in a cinema. Like, he was just very much like, that's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
and then Martin Scorsese had to like he wrote an article for the New York Times and was like, to clarify, what I mean is they're trash.
In case I wasn't clear.
To me, I mean, I get what he's saying. I will say that that belittles a lot of people's hard work and performances in those movies, though.
Yeah.
But
also like his correlation is like, okay, there's one thing with like cinema and telling a story on screen and like emotions and like telling a story, and like very much like Because he fucking jerks off to cinema. He loves the art of filmmaking. And then he's like, well, these Marvel films are movies. Yes, they're moving pictures, but they're also like theme parks.
Yeah, that makes perfect
Totally.
sense. I get what he's saying.
It's just visual stimulus.
I don't
and-
imagine the director of Taxi Driver gets a lot out of Iron Man
Totally.
when he sees it.
Iron Man, though, is dope.
Okay, I should have said Iron Man 3, whatever.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
All right, is that it for news?
Wilson, what do you got?
This is just another business idea, but it's pay for my dentistry in exchange for food chewing later in life. So if you pay for my dentistry now, I'll chew your food later when you can't chew it, since odds are you won't have teeth later on.
Why wouldn't I just save my money and pay for my own dentistry later?
Because that dentistry will be for nothing, because you won't have teeth, because you'll be old. Old people don't have teeth.
I get that. Okay. Denture. Okay. File that under maybe business ideas.
All right.
I'm the government, dude, and I have to shut that shit down. Not happening.
Nope.
That was it for news.
We need a sound for when he has a business idea or a list.
Yeah, a Wilson sound.
Something.
I mean, I've also got like a...
It's just like a boy, like that's it.
I've got a foolproof way of doing a Shark Tank pitch.
All right.
Okay.
So
Do you have any music for him?
Oh yeah.
Anything?
this is the beginning of the pitch.
Okay.
My parents beat the shit out of me. And then the product could be anything.
I haven't seen Shark Tank.
That was pretty good.
They always give their fucking sob story. They're like, I was raised with 43 brothers in an Indian school that we also taught at. And then and I'm selling these sandwiches.
And fucking who owns the Mavericks?
Mark Cuban.
And Mark Cuban's just like throws millions of dollars at you.
Mark Cuban is like, he's weird on that show because like people will give their sob story, but because he's aware that the sob story is the tactic, as soon as they give the sob story, he's like, fuck you, I don't care. So I like him for that.
Shout out to him for that.
He's a smart businessman.
Yeah.
All right, game. Shall
Sure. What do you guys have in mind?
we? You want to do budget for this movie?
Sure.
Let's try and always keep it around. All right. The budget for Dr. Sleep. Wilson?
I'm gonna go motherfucking 80 million. And I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong.
I'm gonna bring it way down. I'm gonna say 40 million.
I was gonna go like 50. I'll just go 50. Whatever. I will say it costs 50 million and the souls of 1 million cinephiles.
Yeah.
Alexa, what is the budget of Dr. Sleep?
Dr. Sleep cost an estimated $45 million US to make.
Nice.
We got to do a tiebreaker. You said 40.
Original Shining.
Okay. All right.
Let's do original Shining.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the budget of the? No, you know that.
I actually don't.
You're like, yeah, let's do the budget of the original Shining.
He's like $400 million and 3 cents. Yeah. Fucking, he knows exactly what it is.
I don't for real.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Go for
I guess fucking 50. No. Millions of dollars back then? I'm gonna guess like 10 million.
God damn it.
That's what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
You can do 9 or 11. I don't give a shit.
11. No.
I don't care.
I don't care, motherfucker. Do it.
I'm gonna do 15. Sorry.
That's fine.
All right.
Alexa, what was the budget of The Shining?
The Shining cost an estimated $19 million US.
Oh.
19. That was an expensive
Damn.
movie back
Yeah.
then.
Fuck yeah, dude.
For just some people in a hotel, that seems like a lot of money.
But the thing notoriously about Stanley Kubrick, and you know this more than anything, the shoots would just last.
True.
And last.
Film
and
costs
last
a lot of money.
and last, like for a long period of time. And he's like, I'm not done shooting, you motherfuckers.
Yes.
Like he's
true.
very much on that.
Oh, good game.
Good
Was
game.
fun. All right.
Yeesh.
You want to? I want to do Ewan McGregor actor game. Then we'll get out of here.
Oh, fuck. I'm done. I
motherfucker.
can name 2 right now. And they're about to get named.
Ewan McGregor, Dr. Sleep.
Star Wars.
Ewan McGregor was in Train Spotting.
By the way, that was a joke I was gonna make. This movie started like Trainspotting 3. Fuck, I forgot
Dude,
about that,
yeah.
where he's basically like puking
Just
and
a
like
piece of shit,
alcoholic
yeah.
and like
Stealing a
doing-
toddler's money. Like,
Yeah, stealing. Like he like put a toddler. First of all, I didn't know if that toddler was real or fake. Side note.
Pretty sure it was a
Fake
huge.
as fuck.
What? What
No,
are you
I
talking
mean-
about?
No,
Whenever it's dead,
Oh,
yeah, that was. I laughed when the dead.
we're still alive, or like we
Yeah.
haven't found us.
Yeah.
that was
the
dumb.
dead baby looked at him and went, "Mama." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
come on." There's that, but also I was talking about the one in the beginning, where he picked up that toddler,
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
put it next to the puking mother. It was-
Yeah.
I thought it was a hallucination.
like he's not gonna just like slap her for a second and be like, "Hey,
Wow, I'm blanking.
yeah."
I don't know. I'm out.
Man,
Wilson.
I mean, I got nothing.
if you fucking say Ocean's anything,
No, I know he
if
wasn't
you
in it.
fucking do it,
I already know. I looked up the cast for all those movies since the last episode.
if he fucking does it, dude, who's your pick?
I'm out. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Ewan McGregor, one of the greatest actors of our generation, and you two fucking dolts can't come up with a single film he's been in.
Every
came up
time
with
I,
one.
I always think of Star Wars.
I came up with his most prolific role, Dr. Sleep.
Good point.
God damn it, guys. What am I going to do with you?
What you're gonna?
Well, fucking.
You need to name one. Is what you're delaying? Is what you're doing.
God damn it. You motherfucker.
You need to say one more to win.
Layer cake.
He's in that.
Was he?
Alexa, was Ewan McGregor in Layer Cake?
No.
God
No.
fucking you're called out.
Mulan
L for your
in
cake.
August,
Alexa, you're
Osage
done.
County.
Shut up.
God damn it.
No, I hope she. I wish she had just said no.
Yeah.
but she went on
No.
to name like
Nope.
20 Ewan McGregor movies.
She's worthless.
That was actually whatever. Doesn't matter.
The one time we've utilized her.
Yeah. Then she's
All right.
actually nailed it. She's like, she's fucking useless.
Yeah.
One more actor game though. One more.
Yeah.
Just give me one more.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Okay.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah. The Shining. Oh, what the fuck?
No, I'm just kidding. Batman.
The Departed.
The Departed. All right. As good as it gets. Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Anger management.
Damn it.
Fuck
Chinatown.
Oh, really? God damn it. Witches. Or the Witches of Eastwick, sorry.
Bucket list.
Fuck.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Shit.
The voice of Hong Kong Fooey was in that movie, by the way.
All right.
All right.
I don't know why I remember that.
I don't know why you remember most things, dude.
Good
Because
point.
you have Asperger's.
Yeah. It's my functioning Asperger's.
Fuck me. Fuck, I can't think of a single fucking movie.
No.
He's one of our most... fuck it. I'm done. Chris, you?
I'm done. Everyone else is now.
Jack Nicholson. No, I'm out.
Wilson?
Shit.
For all the marbles. Here are the marbles, and I'm going to give you all of them.
I got no more.
All right, good game, guys. Alexa, name some Jack Nicholson movies.
I know about 107 Jack
Jesus
Nicholson movies,
Christ, we got, like,
including The
5.
Departed,
Less than Dan
One Flew
Aykroyd.
Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Shining, and Batman.
None of
Oh,
us said The
shit!
Shining.
Yeah, I did. I started.
Well,
off
none of
with
us said Batman.
I did.
Ah, fuck. Fuck.
All right, well, apparently there's 100.
None of us were paying attention.
Yeah, apparently there's 102 other movies we didn't.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
102. And I named Bucket List.
In anger management.
Anger management.
The worst Adam Sandler movie.
No, Jack and Jill.
I haven't seen that one.
Ugh.
It's real bad.
Thank you for listening to There Are Too Many.
Thank you for listening. There are too many.
Hey, this is Christian Slater. Thanks for listening.
And thanks for like us on Instagram and all that. Catch you at the Lakers game.
Go Lakers.